Welcome back to the channel. We'll be doing our third Stream of Consciousness ride along today. We'll be heading out towards Hollywood Boulevard, then west on Sunset to the burn areas of Pacific Palisades. So let's saddle up and see what awaits us out there. Well, all right, let's get started. We're going to turn left here onto Hollywood Boulevard. As soon as our light turns green, gives us an arrow, which it just did, so let's get going. Turn off the turn signal, which we had on. And let's just see what happens along here today. I don't know what's going on here. I guess you can't tell if this is another lane or what this is. Let's just find out. Okay, we keep an eye out there to make sure nothing's coming through there. We're ahead of the bus. So we just crossed over the Hollywood freeway. And we'll follow Hollywood Boulevard down here along the way. Past the Walk of Stars. Or I guess it's a Hollywood Walk of Fame. So basically this is a two-lane road each way. Unless you run into parking, then I guess that sucks up some of the lane. And during the week, and I'm not sure about Saturday, but during the week this place can be very busy. So we'll just have to wait and see. So you'll notice every time we stop, we move over to the left in this case, or the right side, but not in the middle. Give enough slack behind the car in front of us, and I'm watching the mirrors. Now there's a lot of stop lights along here, and my clutch hand could get tired, so I will want to be using putting it into neutral at the same time checking the rear view mirrors to make sure that the cars are going to do what they're supposed to do behind me, which is stop. Alright, so there's the Hollywood Walk of Fame on the right, and there's always a lot of people that want to come up, tourists that want to come up here and see that. And also up ahead here you'll see the bus, the Hollywood buses. They used to have, back in the day, I don't know if they still do this, but they used to sell maps to the stars' homes. I don't see them doing that. I haven't seen it. They'd be hawking them out along the side of the road. And I don't know if somebody stopped them from doing that out of privacy, or the stars were just moving around so fast the maps couldn't keep up with it. I don't know. We got a Waymo car up here. This is interesting. On the left, Waymo car watching the pedestrians cross the street there. A tricky situation, but it did fine. Of course, eventually we're all headed towards self-driving cars. When I first thought of the idea, I thought it was nuts. But now I really endorse it, especially for people that maybe with disabilities or alcohol problems. These could be lifesavers in a lot of cases. And let's face it, it's probably, even before they really get it down, they're probably better drivers than a bunch of people on the road as it is. Okay, make sure the bus stays over where he's supposed to stay over. And he dropped back there. I'm going to stay in this lane. I don't like to be next to the cars, parked along the side if possible. Even though that's a pretty wide lane there, but still I'll just stay here. Until now. I'm going to get in the other lane simply because of the light. Now, pull up here to the limit line, watch the car in back of us in the mirror. They're going to stop. Now I'm going to put this thing in neutral. And give my hand a break. I actually had to take this thing over to the dealer as we were getting near warranty, because I was having a hard time getting into neutral once the motor had heated up. But they ran a couple of their technicians through it, and they couldn't find the same problem. So I think it's just my lousy shifting. So there's a little mistake on my part. I should have shifted into gear before the light turned green for us, but I was concentrating on something else, like talking to you. Shouldn't have been doing that. Well, I should have been doing it, but I should have been doing both at the same time. Like I said, there's a lot of stoplights along here. It's not a hot day, but it's pretty warm when you're all geared up on these slow streets like this. Alright, we're going to move into the other lane, go around this guy because it's possible he's looking for a parking space or a street to turn down. And up in the distance on the left-hand side, there's some type of emergency vehicle. A lot of stars have died, judging by the length of the Walk of Fame. Hollywood Walk of Stars or Fame. Yeah, they're still coming down here. Alright, now we've got another player in the game here on the little bike. We're going to have to get past him. I imagine that coming down the Walk of Fame there, it must be a bucket list item for a lot of people all over the world. Okay, now we're kind of running out of the main tourist area here, so let's see if we can. So we got a couple choices here. Right now we're heading towards the ocean, and we can keep doing this, or we can go down through one of these streets in LA here. I think we'll stick with this for a while, see how it goes. There's a car on the right here. Okay. Be very careful of those kind of situations. You know, the cars coming in from the left and from the right here aren't as scary because we're in a line of cars. And so we've got people here to alert those other people and when they come in from the sides, and so it's not as risky as it would be if you were just out in the middle of nowhere and there were people wanting to come in from the sides. Alright, now we've got something going on the right-hand side here I can't quite understand, so it requires extra caution here. We're going to go to Sunset Boulevard. I tell you what, that might be more interesting. Let's see what we can dig up, and that could be what these people here are doing. Okay, we're down here a couple blocks, then we'll turn right. That'll take us down towards the Sunset Strip. Right now we're going south. Oh, here's sunset. Quicker than I thought. Alright, what do we got now? So this is in the area, the Sunset Strip area. Can't recall what this yellow dining car is. The Carney's, yeah, okay. That's a very popular place, I believe. Has been for many years. I've never been there because I normally don't come up here too often. Okay. Looks like we got some kind of a back up here to the light, so I think this might be a time for lane splitting a little bit here. So that's what we'll do. It was a little tight there. Well, we're heading west right now, which eventually take us down to the ocean and the Pacific Palisades burn area. Okay, time to move over here. I guess you call this jaywalking. There is no crosswalk there. Okay, we're going to have to move over a lane here. We're going to hit a turn signal. I'm pretty sure that we are, yeah, I guess we are in Beverly Hills now. Along here somewhere, at least in the movie by Paramount, was Sunset Boulevard with William Holden, one of my favorite movies of all time. There's the Beverly Hills Hotel. I think a lot of famous people have stayed there. Car on the right here. I watch his front wheel with spokes. Make sure everything doesn't move. Make sure everything's okay. Otherwise, we just follow along. Okay, we got a light up here. Everybody's going to slow down for it. Let's figure out the best place to be after this guy goes by. Now let's see if we can roll between them if there's any room. And sometimes these things are tough because you're on a curve here. No honking unless for danger, according to that sign. You know, one of the nice things about the United States, from what I can see, is people don't use horns here very often. I can't understand the mentality of people that do use horns. What do we got here? What's going on? Okay. I think if you using a horn, you know, you're behind the curve. Well, we're heading west towards Pacific Palisades. I haven't been up here since the fires. wasn't too far from here that O.J. Simpson lived. Can't remember exactly, but it's right in this area, a couple of blocks away from here. Where he was living before the trial of the century, right? When you're doing all these turns, main thing is to look in the distance. Everybody says you'll go where your eyes are pointing. I gotta believe that's true. I'm gonna move over here. I don't like the trucks on the side. Everything down here is burned out. Everything. Wow. Look at this. Well, there's definitely rebuilding going on, especially over here to the right. I don't know if these are houses or commercial buildings. I can't, and some of them I can't tell. But they are rebuilding. Well, even all this is burned down to down in here too. My goodness. I had no idea it really burned all this too. What a conflagration. Everything here is gone. Off to the right, there's no houses. There's some being rebuilt, but everything's gone. 100%. Same on the left. Alright, we're going to head on up the hill here, take a look at some of the properties that have been destroyed by the fire. Well, it looks like they don't want us to go down there, so I'm going to turn to the, I'm going to go to the left here, see what we can see. Go right away. I can see this house here is gone. This one's gone. Yet, and this one's gone, well, except for the fireplace. Yet, there are some houses that have survived. The house across the street over here is gone. Must be strange when all your neighbors are burned out, yet for some reason, you know, even though you just have a standard type house, that not concrete, and yet it's still standing. But these houses all along here, they're all burned up, they're all gone. Oh my, what a terrible, terrible thing to have happen. Head down this what was a cul-de-sac, I assume, yeah. More houses burned up here. Looks like some damage over there too. I can't tell how much. Well, I think we'll call it quits for a day here. They've got another blockage. No, I guess not. But we'll call it quits for a day. We've seen the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and now we're up in the Pacific Palisades burn areas. See the houses that have all are gone, and I'm sure they were probably pretty nice houses. So until the next time, time out, I'll be seeing you. Have to say goodbye now, and again, thanks for checking out the channel, and we'll catch you next time. Keep those two wheels down and the shiny set up. So long.